ahead and get started and call the regularly scheduled meeting of Alleghany Town Council scheduled for Thursday, February the 22nd, 2018 to order. Present for tonight's meeting we have Councilperson Richard Randy Unroe, Councilperson James Mays Jr., Town Attorney Jared Jenkins, Councilperson Vice Mayor Richard Erskine, Councilperson E.R. Gilbert. Councilperson Joseph Crawford will be late. He has parent-teacher conferences tonight. He should be here in about 20 minutes. And then Councilperson Persinger Kwana is absent tonight. The rescue squad took her husband to the hospital this evening, what, Johnny, an hour ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. So she's with him in the ER, and so we don't really know what's going on with him. And if we hear anything, we'll let you know. And also present tonight is Town Clerk and Treasurer Wendy Biggs. First order of business tonight is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting held on January 25th, 2018. The work session held on February the 12th, 2018. And the minutes that you had at your seats when you arrived for the public hearing and called meeting on Wednesday, January 31st, 2018. I reviewed the minutes as they're recorded. I found no corrections. Are there any corrections to be made? Do I have a motion to approve those minutes as recorded?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made by Vice Mayor Erskine to approve the minutes as recorded. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilperson Gilbert. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The second order of business is approval of the receipts, disbursements, and payments of the bills. You've got a list of the unpaid bills on the back of your packet. I do have three that came in after the packets were put together that I need to add. One of them is to the City of Covington, and this is our portion of the required payment for the closure of the Peters Mountain landfill that we pay every year, $88.29. The second one is to Tree Smart for grinding up a stump and cleaning up the stump grindings. And this is up here on the property where we took action on the alley last month. Up under the edge of the outbuilding there was a tree that was on our right-of-way that had damaged the building, and so we had the stump removed. That's for a total of $300. And the last one is for diversified integration, and this is troubleshooting the auto dialer and phone line at the pump station for the water tank, and the total for it is $255. Wendy, do you have any other bills that you need to add?
No, sir, not this time.
There are your bills as presented that need to be paid. Do I have a motion to pay those bills as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made by Vice Mayor Erskine to pay the bills as presented. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilperson Mays. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Wendy, pay the bills. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my report now and then move into some other things that we've got going on in just a few minutes. Try to keep mine, I got right much to talk about, but I'll try to keep each comment as short as possible. First couple are just housekeeping issues. The intergovernmental social that's scheduled for March 26, 2018 at Cat Now, hosted by Alleghany County from 6 to 8. All council members are invited to attend. The county will be providing heavy hors d'oeuvres, and there will be a cash bar if you so choose, and that would be on your own. Along the same lines, the Chamber of Commerce dinner for this year is April the 7th, 5:30 at the Homestead. I think each one of you have gotten an invitation in the mail for that. I think the tickets for it are $85 a person. And again, if you wanted to attend that, that will be on your own. I've been one time, it's a pretty nice evening. So if you want to go, that, again, that would be on your own. When you came in tonight, you each had a new book at your place. That is the current edition of the Freedom of Information Act books. They no longer print a book and send it out like they used to. When I was elected, Jennifer, I think the last time you were elected, when your name was sent to Richmond as being elected, they sent you a packet with that book in it. They haven't sent us any, so Wendy started looking for them, and they said, well, you have to go online and print them. So she printed everybody a copy, made copies of it, and put the book together for you, and it's the exact same information and book that was in the binder that they used to send us. The difference is you have to get it yourself now. Can you turn the air on just a little bit? Hold on. And just for the record, this is water. This is water. I want to clear that up before we go any further.
She checked it.
Oh, did you check it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Okay. At the, hey, Kawana.
Hello.
I just told everybody you wasn't coming, so
I'm sorry.
how's Terry?
Well, he's still in the emergency room giving him all kinds, so he is not a good patient. Excuse me.
But he's awake, talking to him, and,
Yes.
okay.
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. I had mentioned at the work session, and I think I mentioned it last month, that we need to look at a new lawnmower for the town crew. And I had mentioned the fact that Covenant Farm and Fuel had a leftover lawnmower up there from last season that I'd go up and take a look at. And that's exactly what I did. I took a look and I left. That Gravely zero turn, which is what the crew wants, was $9,999 for a lawnmower. We can't afford that. I mean, not even close to that. So he told me to come back at the end of March when they got this year's models in, and they'd have some smaller ones for us to look at. So we'll just kind of let that ride until we find something a little bit more conducive to our budget this year. So, but we are looking for a zero-turn mower. Everybody knows that council voted and acted on the complaints about the tractor and trailers and trucks in town last month, and we extended a 30-day grace period to anybody parking those trucks on the side and back streets before any enforcement action would be taken. And so as of the end of this month, y'all need to start enforcing that, and Chris is aware of that.
Yes, sir.
And he's agreed to let everybody know that that is to be enforced at the end of February.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And I called him the other night concerning our playground down here on Railroad Avenue, and lack of noticing a police presence down there. And he told us that he was going to take measures to beef that up. Jimmy, have you seen any activity down there?
Yeah.
In the police? Okay. And if y'all can just continue to monitor that for us.
Yes, sir.
It's a problem area. Certainly we want to make sure that the park being there is as good a neighbor as it can be. So if y'all can continue to monitor that for us, we'd appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And the building down there, I don't know whether it was locked before, but it is locked now. So if you see anybody in the building now, then they truly have broken into the building because the door's locked. Okay? The Finance Committee, the Budget Committee needs to meet within this next week. That's ER and Joey, and Wendy, you'll have to be involved in that too. So, y'all want to pick a night, or you want me to pick a night?
You can pick a night.
What's
Whatever's
good?
easiest for you.
Well, you have church on Wednesday nights, right?
Yes.
When do you have scouts?
I don't have to be at Scouts
Okay.
that particular Tuesday.
Want to do it Monday evening? At
That'll
5
work for you.
o'clock? Okay. And then the personnel committee needs to meet too. Randy and Richard, and you were on that, weren't you? So now that's you, Kawana. So, what evening, we all want to meet Monday evening about 6:30? That work for you, Richard? What's your work schedule? Or you need to call me?
I'll have to check on that.
All right, call me, and then I'll let Wendy know, and she'll let the rest of them know.
And it's this Monday?
If we can, yeah. Does that work for you, or?
Sure.
While we're talking about committee meetings, who's on the streets and alleys and sidewalks committee? You and Jim. Can y'all get together and take a little tour of the town and check all the alleyways? Spring's coming, brushes will start growing into them. Target the areas that need to be trimmed out and cleaned up first. Check all the ditches and shoulders of the side streets and back streets. And write down all of the problem areas that you find on the sidewalks. And get that back to us so we can prioritize what we do and maybe reach out to get some grant money to help us fix the sidewalks up. They are a problem. People are walking, it's gonna start getting warm again, people will start walking it more and more. And we've been putting this off now. I've been on council for 6 years, and the sidewalks have been put off every year that I've been up here. So it's time now to try to do something about them. So let's kind of get a feel for what we need, where we need it, and then we can get an idea how much it's going to cost, and try to get some money to do something with them. We identified a property last month that was a problem. And Jared, I think you sent letters and notifications, and I'm here to report tonight that they have cleaned that property up. Even got a compliment from one of the neighbors that it was much better than it had been. The trash was all gone, and progress had been made. And each council person, and you too, Jared, had a list at your stations tonight of potential properties for Jared to take action on. These are properties that have been brought to my attention by other people, some of which are in this room. Some of these are properties that I have seen, just in general properties that I would like to ask council to review and look at. And then when you come back to the meeting next month, we'll be ready to vote on those and take action on them. Based upon what you all feel the properties to be, and refer those to Jarrett for him to start taking action on. Okay. Everybody knows that we had a problem at the water tank, which we've talked about enough. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But the last part of the equation that created part of that problem was that the auto dialer was not calling me like it was supposed to. It's supposed to be set up to call me when the tank starts to drop water level. If it can't get me, then the next person it calls is town hall. And when it doesn't get town hall, it calls the sheriff's department. When it calls the sheriff's department, they're gonna find somebody to go up there and check on the water tank. and that didn't happen. And that's that $255 troubleshooting bill that council voted to pay tonight. ER had some contacts through his work in Clifton Forge. He brought their, what'd you call him? Instrumentation guy down. It was discovered that the phone line that served the auto dialer at the pump station had been rerouted to town hall, and there was actually no phone service at the pump station. Had been that way for quite some time since we had fiber optic internet installed down here. We reached out to Lumos and asked them for some type of a consideration or refund for monies paid to them for those months of service. And Wendy, you got a response, I think, and they're willing to reimburse us
3 months.
3 months. At what rate a month, do you remember?
Oh, not off the top of my head. I'd have to.
But it's what we would normally have paid them for that service. And are they gonna apply that as a credit to our bill, or?
Yes, that was my understanding, that they were going to apply that as a credit.
Okay, thank you for following up with that.